What's up, y'all, and welcome to downtown Asheville. I decided to come down here today to film this video where I'm going to talk about how to ejaculate if you can't ejaculate during sex with your girlfriend. So, to be very upfront, this is not an issue that I struggle with. I came from the other end of the spectrum, which is having to overcome years of premature ejaculation and to get to the point where I am now, which is being able to have sex for a long time. So today I wanted to talk about a buddy of mine who I was talking with a few weeks ago who has this same issue. He came to me and he said, you know, Taylor, like, the work you're doing is awesome, but it's all focused on how to not ejaculate. My problem is that I can have sex with my girlfriend and just not ejaculate, and she's fucking hot and she's awesome, and I want to be able to have that experience with her, but I can't do it. So immediately I was like, oh wow, like, let's have a conversation. I'd love to know what's going on for you. So we decided to talk about it, and I asked him these questions, and I think they might be helpful for you if you're struggling with this issue. So the first question I asked him was, how much porn do you watch? And to which he answered, a fair amount. He watched porn like 4 or 5 times a week, and my immediate response to that was, wow, man, you know, that's probably impacting your ability to ejaculate with your girlfriend. It's certainly impacting your arousal system and the way you're responding to visual stimuli, and how you can respond or not respond to the beauty of a real woman right there with you in the moment. You know, if you're watching porn all the time, your brain is flooded with these images of perfectly manicured, or not even perfectly, like these fake manicured women, that it just like fucked up your ability to appreciate what's right in front of you. So the second question I asked him was, what are your masturbation habits? And to that he responded, he masturbates every night before he goes to bed, and he also ejaculates every night before he goes to bed too. So this is a guy who's watching porn 4 to 5 times a week, who is also ejaculating every night before going to bed, who can't ejaculate with his girlfriend during sex. So he asked me, what should he do? And if you're in this situation, here's what I would suggest to you, because it worked for him. I suggested that he just like stop watching porn altogether. Try it for 2 weeks to see what would happen. And I also suggested that he stop masturbating every night before going to sleep. And he was concerned that if he did that, he wouldn't be able to sleep because, you know, it's this nice release, right? So I said, why don't you try this cooling breath technique? That's in my semen retention course that's free right now for the next month, so check that out if you want. And sure enough, like, he was able to, after about a week and a half of doing this without watching porn or without masturbating and ejaculating every night, he was able to ejaculate with his girlfriend in sex. So what he needed was a little counterintuitive. At first he thought, like, man, I just need to like pound it out, you know, like go harder, more stimulation in sex, and then he'd be able to ejaculate. That's actually the opposite of what was helpful for him. He needed to actually become more sensitive, to sensitize his body, to go on a fast, right? So he needed to stop watching porn, he needed to stop ejaculating so his system could chill out and become more sensitive to the fucking glorious beauty of a woman with him in a sexual experience. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you're struggling with this issue, I would recommend trying to cut out porn entirely. I would recommend trying to not ejaculate for a while and see what happens. See if that impacts your ability to ejaculate with your partner. You know, these are just 2 possible culprits to this reason. There's all sorts of other ones, like a fear of vulnerability, and a list that I can go into at some other point. But that's what I got for you right now. Hopefully it's helpful. I'd love to hear how it lands for you. I'd love to hear if it is helpful. Please leave a comment below and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, because I'm a geek about this stuff. I love talking about sex. I love exploring sex, and I love figuring out how to help men have better sexual experiences, because I didn't have anybody to guide me through this shit when I was younger, and I wish I did. So hopefully I can be that for some of y'all, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.